Hey everybody, it's Coach Pete with AcademicRecruits.com. Today is July 15th, the last day of the first half of the open period, which means we're about to have a 6-day break before most kids resume play either in Las Vegas or Orlando. I wanted to reach out to you today to give you some thoughts and pointers on what you can do right now immediately to help yourself if you're still under the radar. If college coaches saw you and liked you, they probably reached out to your high school coach, your AAU coach, maybe you got a Facebook message. And if you're hearing from college coaches saying, we've seen you, we like you, we want to be involved, then that's great. You're way ahead of the game, and they're going to come see you play in Vegas or Orlando or probably wherever you are. So if you're one of those kids that's hearing from colleges right now that interest you and who are interested in you, then you're in good shape. But what if you're not? And there are a lot of kids out there that are not hearing from schools that interest them, or not even hearing from schools at all. And the question becomes, what can you do to help yourself? Well, the first thing is you have to reach out to college coaches and let them know that you're available right now. Between July 17th and 19th, over 90% of college coaches are going to be in the office going over the notes of who they saw the first half of July, adding new kids, removing some kids from a list, a predetermined list of kids they intend to see in Las Vegas or Orlando. You have to figure out a way to get on that list. If you're not hearing from schools, if you're hearing from schools, you're already on their list. But you have to figure out a way to get on their list, because Vegas especially is so spread out, it makes discovery almost impossible. Vegas is an evaluation event, not a discovery event, because you only have 2 courts in one location. There are 30 different locations all over the city. It just makes it impossible for coaches to invest much time looking for kids they haven't already heard of. So you need to reach out to college coaches immediately. Email, phone call, ask your high school coach and your AAU coach to help you out. And you need to get some film, some recent film of you online. Because without film, it's going to be hard to convince a college coach, hey, I'm good enough, when they know nothing about you and can't see you. Which brings up a point I left out in the AAU episode that we did yesterday. And that is, film everything. You should never play an AAU game that's not filmed. Never, ever, 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 ever. Because if 3 college coaches are in the gym when you play your best, well, that's just 3 schools. Whereas if you filmed it, you have the ability to show that game to hundreds of schools. So make sure you film everything. And that's something that you should do moving forward, and hopefully have done so far, so you can get some film of yourself up there and reach out to schools. We have a service for $75 that you can reach out to hundreds of colleges in a couple of hours and let them know that you're available. And there are a lot of other resources out there to help you reach out to schools. But if you're not hearing from them right now, you better not go to Las Vegas without acting on your own behalf. Speaking of that, a couple other things you can do right now immediately to help yourself is look at your AAU program. And this is review from the last episode. If you're on the wrong team, you have to either lobby for a bigger role, go to your coach and ask him for a bigger role, or you should potentially look into finding a new team. If those aren't options, you got to be aggressive out there. If you're playing 6 minutes a game, you better not be someone who passes up open shots. You need to be aggressive and assertive at all times. That's how you're going to catch a college coach's attention. I also think you should take the 6-day break to get in the gym and work on your game. Why not make 500 shots a day? That's 3,000 shots before the second half of July begins. And then your game's going to feel finely tuned. And confidence is earned. If you work your tail off the next 6 days, why in the world wouldn't you shoot the basketball with confidence in the second half of July? So I think those are a couple of things that are important that can really help you moving forward in the second half of July. So again, the key points are, you got to if you're not hearing from them, then they don't know about you, and they're not going to find you in Vegas. It's too spread out. You got to reach out to them and let them know, here I am, come see me play. Invite them to come see you play. I think you also, if you're with the wrong AAU team, you got to look at either changing your role within that club by asking the coach. You got to look at changing teams, but you absolutely have to be much more aggressive. And again, aggressive and selfish, not the same thing. Aggressive means you're shooting. Anytime you're open and it's a good shot, you shoot it. Anytime there's a driving lane to go to the basket, if you're a playmaker, you take it. It just means that you're not being passive. You certainly don't want to drive into traffic or jack up shots you can't make. And that brings up another point from a much earlier episode of a pretty good tip in July. Just make sure you do what you do. Don't be out there trying to do things you can't do. Don't show college coaches what you can't do. Leave them curious to find out more. And then get in the gym and work your tail off for the next 6 days. It can make a big difference. So that's about it for today. Good luck out there in July. I look forward to seeing y'all. And thanks very much for your time. Any questions, email Coach Pete at academicrecruits.com. Thank you.